Well, good evening, good evening, good evening. What a joy and a privilege to be with you. And we're excited about the opportunity to share with you tonight this tremendous moment and situation with what we're coining the night, the solution. My name is Carl Robinson. I will be your moderator tonight. To ensure that I'm able to hear you, please just type in the chat roll your name, that you can hear me, and what part of the country you're phoning in from or watching us in, I should say. And I'd be really excited to know you're here. So please, in the chat bar, if you can hear me, just give us a shout out. And we'd be glad to know that you're here in the chat bar. And those of you that... Give us a shout out. All right, getting a little background noise here. All righty, Dottie. And we will be ready to roll in just a few moments. All righty. Well, I need someone in the chat roll, in the chat area to at least make sure someone can hear me. Can you hear me? Because if you can't hear me, there's no reason for me to proceed. Gerardo, okay, great. You can hear me. All right, excellent. Well, if one could hear me, that means everyone can. So let's get started. Again, my name is Carl Robinson. I'll be your moderator tonight. And I want to jump to the brass tacks of the matter tonight. I want to jump to the real elephant in the room. And here's the elephant in the room. Who needs money for a project that's important to you? Who needs money to do something to change your life, whether it's to start a new business, fund a church or a charity, pay off your mortgage, pay out medical bills, student debt, student loans. And I'm an interactive type of guy, so in the chat roll, if you can, if you need some money, just type, yes, I need money, so I can know I'm talking to some live and interactive people. All right, talk to me in the chat roll. Well, it all begins, my friend, I believe, with getting your thinking right. I really believe it begins with getting your proper thought patterns in effect. We got to get our thinking right. And most people that are trying to raise money use one or two categories or fall into one or two categories inside of trying to raise funds. One, they're begging. You know, we see it all the time. Late night commercials and infomercials of different organizations begging for money to help their cause. And I'm not saying their causes aren't worthwhile, but you know, it gets a little tiring. Or there are individuals that are peddling. You know, the Girl Scouts are busy peddling their cookies this time of the year. And I mean, every time you go into the grocery store, they go door to door in my neighborhood. You know, it's hard to say, tell little Susie Q no, but the reality is that people that are fundraising are either peddling or begging. Well, tonight I want to propose to you a different way. Let's become a solution provider, meaning let's provide solutions for individuals that are really in need and that need some genuine support and help raising money. The truth is, there are far more people who need money than there are people who are willing to give you money. That's something to think about. If you really think about it, there are more people that are asking or have a need for money than there are people that are willing to give. And so that's where becoming a solution provider comes in. Now, I want to give you an income disclaimer tonight. And my income disclaimer is predicated very simply on this, that since I don't know you and your work ethic and your skill set and your background, I can't make a promise or a guarantee that this will happen for you. But what I can say is this: if you are willing to follow our proven system of success, you will have great success inside of this opportunity and this plan that I want to share with you tonight. This is a system that is currently working for people just like you and just like me, literally all over the world. It's not a loan. It's not a grant. Your credit isn't a matter. You don't have to pay it back. So there's no criteria or qualifications that in many cases hinder people from getting the type of money that they need. This is a new world economic solution for one of mankind's oldest and most difficult problem. And that problem is, how do you get the money you need for things that are important to you? Well, we have the solution. It's called crowdfunding. And tonight, that's what we want to talk about. Crowdfunding, the industry. I want to give you the good. I'm going to give you the bad. I'm going to give you the ugly of crowdfunding tonight. I'm going to answer your questions tonight because I believe that crowdfunding is not just the future, that crowdfunding is now. Because it is an important and indisputable fact that crowdfunding works. Don't take my word for it. It's documented everywhere. You can do your own research. For example, all of the major financial publications have written extensively about it. New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Forbes magazine. In Forbes magazine, they say that crowdfunding is become a global phenomenon. A global phenomenon. If you Google crowdfunding in the law, you'll get over 153,000 results in 23 seconds. I mean, it's trending everywhere, from equity-based crowdfunding to personal crowdfunding to crowdfunding for businesses. I mean, it's just going bonkers crazy. Even local governments are now using crowdfunding and writing legislation that encourages crowdfunding on both a state and federal level. Here's one of my favorite stories, and you've got to watch this very well. This story speaks of a man named James Robertson out of the Michigan area. And Robertson, for many years, walked to work every day. And he walked to work every day simply because he didn't have the financial means to get his vehicle fixed. 21 miles going to work between walking and the bus, 21 miles returning. And whether it was a sunny day or a snowy day, Mr. Robertson walked to work, and his employer said he had a great or perfect attendance record. Now look at the date here at the bottom. On February the 1st, 2015, 1 year ago to yesterday, 1 year ago, ladies and gentlemen, to yesterday, this gentleman, James Robertson, was flat broke. But a fellow named Evan Leedy put together a GoFundMe page for him, and within 2 days raised over $7,730 for this gentleman. Now it's upwards of $1 million. He never had to buy a car. A local car dealership gave him a car, and now Mr. Robertson has Wall Street investors helping him invest the millions of dollars that he's received through crowdfunding. True story. You can Google it. Natalie's Cakes in Ferguson, Missouri. You know, a year or so ago now, Ferguson, the eye of the world, was on Ferguson because of the looting and the events that was taking place. It's tragic, but it's the reality of what took place. And as a result of that, Natalie's bakery was destroyed. And she put a crowdfunding up for $20,000 to the GoFundMe platform to raise some money. Well, the media got behind it. And if you think about it, if 8,194 people right there gave her money in 6 days, the question is, how many eyeballs had to be on it? Upwards of millions of people saw it. Upwards of millions of people saw this and were able to participate and to help her with her funding dream. Somebody on the team helped me in the chat area. This lady or someone, D, is kind of lost here. Can someone help her out here? Here's another interesting story. Veronica Mars. We've all heard of the B-rated cable television show. And Veronica Mars, they raised $5.7 million to help her do a B-rate movie. And this was all through pledging and donations of individuals who were interested in her project and her movie. It's phenomenal. Here's another one. Kickstarter's most powerful platform. $9 million was raised for an app called Exploding Kittens. It's crazy. So literally, crowdfunding can be used for anything. Here's a school that raised $20K for tuition to help others out in their funding and their support. So literally, this money was received from complete strangers who wanted help. And that's what this whole platform's about. It's about helping people that's literally in need. Is there anyone in the chat area that can help me out here? One of our team members. I don't want to break and give this lady instructions. Gerardo, tell her to refresh her page or to click the button to start the video presentation. Either refresh her page because she's not current on the video. Thank you so much. So whether you're trying to pay off credit card debt, whether you have medical expenses, college tuition, a church or a charity, you're trying to raise money for a soup kitchen, you want to open a business, or you want to expand a current business, an artistic endeavor, you're a musician or a dancer or an artist, and you want to bring your project to the marketplace. This is a proven worldwide system. We've been around for dozens of years. Billions upon billions of dollars have been raised inside of the industry. Strangers helping strangers, and that's what it's all about. But now I said in the onset, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of traditional crowdfunding. And there are several problems with the traditional crowdfunding marketplace. Here's the first problem. All the companies charge astronomical fees, 5, 10, 15% of the money that good people have donated to you. And there are rules and regulations that keep you from being able to have access to the funds when you need it. All the other platforms, you're really begging, give me money to help me with this. And you're really not providing a solution. You have your hand out. And I don't know about you. I just don't like begging people to do anything for me. If you're in the chat bar and you're not a beggar, just say, I'm not a beggar. You guys are mighty quiet tonight. See, we got D going here. Great. Say, I'm not a beggar. I'm not a beggar in the chat bar. And you need to be an expert at online marketing. That's what really helped Mr. Robertson, because Evan is an expert marketer, had a great social media relationship, and as a result of that, was able to get his platform underway, and people were able to see it and hear it. Or in Miss Natalie's case, it's crazy. The media, CNN, I saw her story on CNN during the Ferguson days. And I was like, wow, what a touching story. Lady who was selling cupcakes from her trunk, raising enough money to open a storefront bakery, fulfilling her dreams. And so most stories will not get picked up by the media. I don't care how great it is. It's not going to get picked up by the media. And most of us are not great online marketers. If you think about it, if you want $50,000 and we're collecting $50 donations, it'll take 1,000 people to give you $50 a piece for you to hit your goal. Would you agree that's the long way home? If you believe that's a long way home, just type in the chat row, long way home. It really is. That's the long way home. Trying to get 1,000 people to give you $50. That's the long way home. So our solution is that we're not being a beggar and we're not being peddlers. Again, we are solution providers. Just say that in the chat bar, solution providers, that we are in the business to provide solutions. So now what makes our platforms so utterly amazing, that there are no application fees. There are no registration fees to join. There's no kit of material you're required to buy. There's no percentage taken out of the money you raise. And no funding goal, meaning now we set goals. We're going to set a goal tonight to share with you a goal that many of us have embarked upon, but the company has not set a goal for you. And that's what makes it so phenomenal, because the company hasn't set any goals. So if you hit your goal, great. If you miss your goal, okay, we can keep working until we get there. So are you ready for the challenge? Now, again, there's no guarantees, and there's no guarantees simply because what? I don't know your skill set. I don't know your background. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know what you can and can't do. And since I don't know your background, I can't give you a guarantee. But what I can share, if you follow our system, you will have success. And so it's based on only things you know about yourself. Let me ask you a question. Can you stick to a plan for at least 90 days? If you can stick to a plan for at least 90 days, in the chat bar, say, I can stick. In the chat row, just say, I can stick. I can stick. Can you stick to a plan for at least 90 days? Secondly, how big of circle of influence do you have? Meaning, your word is good. When you speak, people pay attention and do what you request them to do. Now, whether that's you or not, when you lead the way, people will follow. If yes, awesome. Welcome. We can do this and work together. But however, if your answers were weak, it doesn't mean you're no good or you're a failure. It just simply means that we got to work on those areas. And one of the things that's so true is that every day we must work on being a better person. Self-development is really the key to success in anything you do. And so I work on myself every day so that I can be a better leader, better communicator, a better person, a better father, a better spouse. I work on being a better me so that I can be a better person in this world. And so people around you will see you in a new light when you start working on you to help you empower the world. So we are simply building a community of like-minded people to help each other raise funds. Let me ask you a question. If you like to help people, just say, I like to help people. Because that's really what we're doing. We're helping people. We are truly helping people change their lives in a great way by using this platform. Now, again, don't take my word for it. You can do your own research. This is a phenomenal event and a phenomenal program. Now, let me address what I like to call the elephant in the room, because many people have confused networking with multi-level marketing, network marketing versus multi-level marketing. And there is a considerable difference. Multi-level marketing deals with buying a product or some sort of service and going into the marketplace and peddling it. Networking deals with sharing with people or referring them to a concept or an idea or a business or some of the nature, that a service that they can use or that they need. For example, one of the largest networking groups in the world is called BNI. I'm sure many of you have heard of them. They're all over the globe. And they consist of just local businesses in a certain area that come together to make referrals to each other. So if you're a graphic artist and someone else is a plumber and they need a graphic artist needs a plumber, he's going to go to the BNI referral that he has, or if he knows of someone that needs those services, he's going to share. I like it inside of WeShare too. If in your local marketplace, at your local grocery store, chickens are on sale for 1 cent a pound, and you can only buy allotment of 10, after you acquired your 10, wouldn't you share with someone that chickens are on sale? You like to help people, right? So when you get on the phone, call a few friends, neighbors, co-workers, and just say, hey, I just want to give you the heads up. Chickens are on sale at the local grocery store. If you would tell someone, just say, yes, I would in the chat room. Tell them, yes, I would share. And that's all we're doing here inside of We Share. We're just sharing with people. Who do you know that needs money for a worthwhile cause? It could be to pay off a loan. It could be to start a new business, for a church or charity, pay off your mortgage. It's not a loan. It's not a grant. Your credit isn't an issue, and you don't have to pay it back. Could you share that question with people? If you could share that question, say, yes, I can. I can share. And that's all we do. Every day, all day, we share with people what we call the $1 million question to help them get on track and to build their business and their activity. If you think about it, every single online phenomenon was created by people sharing something they liked. And that's all we're doing here inside of our platform, is just sharing something that we all like. So let me ask you a question. Now, we're going to get down to the brass tacks here. How serious are you? I mean, for real, for real, for real. How serious are you? Are you serious enough to make a commitment to follow a system that could help you raise $50K in the next 90 days? Are you serious enough to take all distractions, all excuses, put them to the side, and follow a proven system of success? If you're serious, just type in the chat row, I am serious. If you're serious. I mean, really, are you serious? If you're really serious, this system is all predicated upon a real simple concept called U plus 2. Can you think of at least 2 people that you know that need money for a worthwhile cause? If you can think of at least 2 people that need money for a worthwhile cause, say yes, 2 people. I can think of 2 people. If you can think of at least 2 people, just type in the chat row, yes, 2 people, because that's all you need. Sure, you can get 3 or 4 more thousand, get as many people as you want, but with 2 of the right people, 2 of the right mindset, you could be well on the way to changing your life. Now, it may take contacting 10, 11, 12, 15, 20 people to find 2 who are serious. And we have training and support to help you through the process to get you to where you want to be. So let me ask you a question. If you knew you had a plan to generate tens of thousands of dollars over the next few months in your spare time without having to get a job, buy or sell something, how seriously would you pursue it? I mean, and I know this may sound redundant from a moment ago, but that's how serious we are. That's how serious I am. We have a true solution, but it's going to take throwing excuses away and people becoming serious and focused, no matter what it looks like, on achieving your success here inside of We Share. So here's the challenge. U plus 2. Just type in the chat bar, U plus 2. U plus 2. That's the challenge. U plus 2 people. And we need to do it in 1 week. So in a 7-day period. So we just launched our official 7 days on yesterday, our first 7 days. So between now and February the 7th, we're talking about trying to raise some money for your project. We're trying to, let's get a perspective here. We're talking about raising money to help you accomplish what you want to accomplish. But what you need to do, we're not begging, we're not peddling, we're being a solution provider, but we have a guideline that we're working with. So in the next 7 days, or really 6 days now, can you do it? That's our challenge. Can you do it in 1 week? U plus 2. Let me say it another way. It's not complicated, but it's very straightforward. U plus 2 people. We're looking for action takers We're looking for people that have a serious need to raise money. You know, we will provide them with a plan. We'll show them the automated tools. I mean, we have everything in place. We have out of follow-up systems and video marketing systems and webinars like this and conference calls. We have everything in place. All you have to do is point the right people and share with them our proven system. And we're going to give you a script in just a little bit of what you can do to help the people. So you don't need to mobilize a large group of people. You don't need a big marketing budget. You don't need to contact hundreds of thousands of people. You really don't. All you need is just a handful of people that are serious about changing their life. And we need to do it in a 7-day period, in 1 week. So here we go. So here's another meaning of you plus 2. That's you plus 2 people that will make a one-time donation of $200 to your project. Now that's how our community is stimulated. Our community is stimulated by individuals who make donations. And we believe heavily in the law of reciprocity. You sow, and then you shall receive. You give, and you shall receive. So in the context of our system, there are people that are giving and people that are receiving. So you're going to have to give to the project manager that invited you. And then we're going to train you on how to go out and talk to people that are serious people, action takers, that have a need for money, to help them raise money for their project. And how they will stimulate the community is by making a one-time donation to your project out of pocket. Never take another dollar out of your pocket to grow your donation base, because our donation distribution formula is designed as a self-funding program. I like that phrase, self-funding. Type that in the chat bar, self-funding, because that's what we are. We are a self-funding community. Now here's a challenge. Can you personally refer 2 credible people who are serious about raising money in the next 7 days? That's a question. Can you refer 2 people who are serious about raising money in the next 7 days? That's what we're looking for. 2 people, 7 days, serious about raising money. Can you do it? If you can do it, say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Remember, you may have to talk to 10, 12, 15, 20 people to find 2 serious people. And that's okay, because no today doesn't mean no forever. And so we just need to find 2 serious people who are ready to make a go for it and change their life. Again, you plus 2 means you plus 2 people that'll make a donation of $200 a piece. So that's $400 that you receive for your project. Isn't that awesome? And then now, once your 2 have secured their 2, what are we going to do? You, who's blue, is going to help your 2 go out and get what? Their 2 in 7 days. That's what makes this thing so awesome. You plus 2, and then your new you plus 2, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing as we're building a community. And again, we want you to become a 1-week wonder and procure this in a 1 week's time frame. Now, this is the process you are challenged to duplicate. You plus 2, you plus 2, week in and week out. And what happens is that in your second week, you're not necessarily trying to sponsor 2 new project managers yourself. You're helping your project managers that are already a part of your community to sponsor project managers. So you're not really worrying about yourself. You're worrying about helping those. And so by doing that, you can receive a stunning amount of donations as your community grows. Now, we receive 3 donations. We receive donations 3 ways, rather. First, direct donations. And that's 100% money that's donated to you. Contributions received directly from you or people that personally make a donation to you. So if they make a $200 donation to your project, it's all yours. No fees come out of it. That's all your revenue. The second way we receive donations is called our primary donations, which is 50% of the donated amount. And these are a portion of the leveraged contributions you receive from members of your growing community as project managers step up within our system. The third way is secondary donations, which is 25% of the donated amount. And these are another type of leveraged donations or contributions that come in from your first and second generation. So think of a building with 7 floors above you and 7 floors below you. And there are 3 steps going up to the next funding floor with a total of 21 steps. Each step represents an incremental donation amount, and the donation amount doubles from each previous floor. So here's a working example. We're only looking to go to our 5th floor in our 7-floor funding system tonight, because our promise is to show you how to raise $50K in 90 days or less. So if you notice on the first floor on level 1, first floor, level 1, there's $10. Then the next step, there's $50. Then the next step, there's $100. And then if you look over, it says first floor, $200. There's $40, which is called the accelerator, and that's our foundation. So that's where that initial $200 is going to go. That $200 will go to clear your first floor. So not only are you donating to your project manager, but also you are enrolling yourself into the self-funding community. Isn't that awesome? You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're helping a worthwhile cause while you are positioning yourself for the next level. If you think that's awesome, say that's cool. That's cool. So now, that's the first floor. But if we keep looking at the floors incrementally, level 2 or floor 2, step 1, $20. Floor 2, step 2, $50. Floor 3 or second floor, step 3, $200. You see, they double on each level. That's your second floor. Same thing with your third floor. Notice that each of the amounts double. 400, 40, 200, and 400. That's your third floor. Grand total 640. 80, 400, 800. That's your fourth floor. 160, 800, and 1600. That's your fifth floor. Each floor, the income doubles. And that is cool, isn't it? They double. Now, let's look at how we're going to engage our community. So you've already made your donation of $200. Congratulations. So now you are in the community. Now your mission in this 7-day run is to bring your two to make a one-time out-of-pocket donation of $200. So that gives you a grand total of $400. So now you've already cleared your first floor in your initial donations. You've gotten double for your trouble. You've given to a great cause, as well as now you have cleared your first floor. So now you want to clear your second floor. How are you going to do it? Well, your two have given you $200 apiece, which is $400. You'll take a portion of that $400, which is $320, to clear your second floor, which gives you a grand total, or leaves you with a grand total of $80. Okay, we're just getting started. But now, again, we believe in the law of reciprocity. You give, and then what? You receive. So now you've given, and now you're able to receive. Because what's going to happen? Your two are going to go and get their two. And when they get their two, that qualifies you to receive donations based on the level that you're on now. And the 50% level kicks in. So now, you have 4 new project managers. They've given through the system. And now you'll receive for your project a grand total of $160 per project, which is half of the second floor funding of $320. And so you'll receive that, which is a grand total of $640. That's awesome. So 640 plus 80 equals 720. Great. So now you've given, now you've received. So now if you're going to go a little higher and step up, you've got to what? Give again. And so to master or champion the third floor, you're going to have to give 640. Okay, brings you back down to that 80, but it's okay. you're building a long-term activity. And so now you've given, now it's time for you to receive. On the fourth floor, that's your next step. So now you're gonna receive donations on your third floor. 8 new project managers, 320, which is half of the third floor donation, gives you $2,560 plus that 80, $2,640. Great, you've received now. So now that you've received, what are you gonna do? You wanna go a little higher, you're gonna what? Give again. So this time you're going to give to the fourth floor, 1,280, leaves you with 1,360. Okay, it's getting a little better now, but we're gonna keep building. So now you've given again, so now you're able to what? You're able to receive. So 160 on fifth, 160, 80, 800, and then 1,600. A grand total of 2,560. That's to clear the fifth floor. So now on your fourth floor, that's what you're going to receive from. You have 16 new project managers, 640, grand total of $10,240 plus your 1,360. You have 1,160 in cash flow in your account. But you want to go to the fifth floor. So you're going to give again. Remember, law of reciprocity, you give. Never out of your pocket are you giving again. You only give out of your pocket one time. So that's $9,040. Congratulations, in cash flow in your back pocket. And you're now prepared to clear the fifth floor. And clearing the fifth floor, on the fourth floor, you're receiving donations. 32 people, $1,280 a piece is what you're going to receive. That's a grand total of $4,960. It's just awesome. It's just awesome on the fifth floor. So now, as you reach the fifth floor, plus your $9,000, you have a grand total of $50,000. If you think that's awesome, say that's awesome. Type in the chat bar, that's awesome. So now it gets better. Plus secondary donations. We didn't even include those in the equation. So now you're going to get 25% of six of these projects, which is another grand total of $15,200. Now, just say for fun, we want to go ahead and clear the sixth floor. That $15,200 minus $5,120, which will clear the next floor, that's $10,080. Ladies and gentlemen, you have still cleared within a 90-day period or less $60,000 for your project. And now here's the great part. Are you ready? Your funding doesn't cease. Say at a GoFundMe, if say we set a project up in 90 days, we're going to raise 50 grand. And on that 91st day, you've accomplished that goal. Congratulations. On the 91st day, you'll receive notification. They're going to take out their fees. And in 10 to 15 business days, you'll get either a wire transfer or a check for the money. With We Share Crowdfunding, We Share Community Projects with us, on that 91st day, you've had access to your money throughout the whole process, number one. Number two, suppose you didn't take advantage of the money until the 50th day or the 90th day, you can make your withdrawal or your transfer into your global debit card, and you still have money coming the 92nd, the 93rd. Why? Because you have built a community now, and your community is a self-funding community, and it continues to grow and develop. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That's it. 50K, more than 50K in 90 days. Now we have to get over some simple concepts here. If you like that idea of 50K in 90 days, just type 50K plus in the chat bar. And we're going to need to go to work. Now I want to be clear. This isn't, it's work. It's network marketing. We have to work. We have to talk to people. You have to set some goals. You have to fulfill those goals. You've got to go to work, ladies and gentlemen. And if you go to work for 90 days and you hit your goal and you have 50,000 plus for your project, will that change your life? Is it worth the sacrifice for a few days, for 90 days? Is it worth sacrificing until the end of April rather, so that your life has changed? You may have to do some things that you normally don't do. You might not be able to watch your normal television shows and hang out the way you normally hang out. I mean, you're on a journey. And you've got to be laser focused. But now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a reality. There are many people who will say, Carl, I'm serious. But when push comes to shove, they come up with excuses as to why they can't do it. Reality. I got to talk to people. Yeah, I'm telling you up front, you're going to have to talk to a few people to win 2 good people. That's what you're going to have to do. But it's well worth it. It's well worth it. Remember, you plus 2. That's how you get your community engaged. You've given your 2, and now your 2 will give their 2. We're trying to do this in 1-week intervals. How are we going to do it? Glad you asked. Because we're going to be solution providers. Now, here's an example of a great opening conversation that you can have with someone. And this is to all of our new project managers. This is most definitely available. This script and everything I'm sharing with you is available. Who do you know that needs to raise money for something important to them? Can you think of anyone? It could be for personal needs, like paying off a credit card or debt or medical bills or student charity. It could be for your church or charity. It could be funding or starting a new business. Not a loan, no repayment is necessary. Who do you know who needs money like that? If you can ask this question in any language, English, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, doesn't matter. Friend of mine, you can raise all the money that you need for any project. Can you ask this question? Can you text this question? Can you email this question? Can you just stand in the line at the grocery store and ask this question? You're looking for 2 people this week. So that means you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to get out of your normal to get 2 people that want to change their life. We're not just looking for everyone or anyone. We're looking for people. If you believe you can do it, say, I can in the chat room. Say, I can. Then you'll tell them, great. Tell me a little bit about your project. How much do you need? Have you ever tried to raise funds before? If yes, have them describe what they've done. And just tell them, hey, I'm working with some people who are very experienced at helping people like you get funding. I can put you on the phone with them to answer some questions. However, before we do that, there are a couple of short videos for you to watch that will give you a clear understanding of how all this works. I'll email you the link. This way, you'll have some of the right questions to ask them. Okay? I'll be notified when you've registered to watch. To ask them this question, how soon can you watch? Now, if someone is talking about they need $100,000, $50,000, but they don't have time to go through your process and they want you to help them, you don't have time to beg and you don't have time to fool with them. And I'm being very serious with that. So you've got to value your worth and value your time. Just because someone is speaking, it doesn't mean they're the right person to enter into this activity with you. Here's one of our sources that we use to do all the heavy lifting. This is our marketing system. And you can get it at 123getleads.com. $15 your first month, $6 each month thereafter. It's a video marketing system, a follow-up system, a funnel system. I mean, it's an amazing funnel. And they're always updating it and doing some new things to make it more engaging and to have more people opt in to your page and you're notified with it. Everyone needs to have a marketing funnel to do all the heavy lifting. So you don't have to do the explaining. You just have to do the pointing. I like to call myself a professional pointer. I just point people in the right direction. The fortune is truly in the follow-up. Follow up in a timely fashion. Ask them questions like, what did you like best? Do you see this for you? Get them on a 3-way call to introduce them to an experienced team member. Now, you don't have to tell them we're getting ready to do a 3-way call. They ask you a question and you can just say, hey, great. You know what? Let me get someone on the phone that can answer that and just move, keep pushing, and get them enrolled. Get them set up with the tools. Get them to 1, 2, 3. Get them on these webinars. We're going to have them almost daily to be a support and a training and a tool to help you in this 90-day challenge. The fortune is truly in the follow-up. Again, ladies and gentlemen, more than 50K in 90 days. Can you do it? You plus 2 in 1 week. That means you can't sit around waiting to learn everything. Hello, is there anybody out there? Hello, there's still stuff about our company I don't know. But let me tell you what I do know. That funding comes in, and I have funded, or I'm funding, I should say, my project. Now that's what I know. And that's what's more important. The part of this challenge is this: follow our proven system for the next 90 days. At the end of the 90 days, if it has not monetized for you and your project, do whatever you want to do. But don't wait around and try to figure everything out, because that's a surefire way to fail. Because it's easy to get distracted, trying to do it your own way. Follow our system. Doing nothing. A lot of people just do nothing and expect it to happen for them. That's not how networking works. You've got to share with people. That's the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. 50K in 90 days. The hardest thing about getting to the top of the ladder is getting through the crowd of friends and relatives at the bottom who keep telling you it can't be done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the time to believe someone who's never had success in the networking industry. I've been blessed to be in and around the networking industry for the last 30 years. I've been an entrepreneur in traditional businesses. God has been so good to us and blessed us, as well as here inside of the networking industry. And one thing I know for certain is that you have to become laser focused to really succeed inside of this arena. You have to follow and use tools and systems that are in place. And I believe in duplicatable systems, and that's what we have here. So I'm looking for people that's ready to take action. If you're ready to take action, say I'm ready. Type in the chat roll, I'm ready. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage you tonight. Get back to the person that invited you here. Get back to the person you've been receiving the emails from. Get back to the person that you've opted into their We Share marketing system, and let them know I'm ready. Let them know I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready. I see people rolling in. I'm ready. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it, and let's do it fast. We're on a timeline here. We're trying to hit a goal. We're trying to make it happen. And so if you're ready, I see people chiming in. They're ready. Get back to the person that invited you. Tonight, they're standing by to help you get started, to help you get your page set up, to help you get your donation in, to help you get your marketing system. Your project manager is standing by tonight to help you get positioned that you might be ready to move to the next level. Again, my name is Carl Robinson. I want to invite you every morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. We have a team call where we go over training, information, motivation, a corporate overview. We condense everything we've shared tonight into about 12 to 15 minutes. I want to invite you. Can someone please put the conference call information in the chat bar for me? I'd greatly appreciate it. I want to challenge you. Join and come check us out. You'll learn something. It'll help you. It'll help you get off to a great start. It's a morning motivation. It's great information that's going to help you. We're laser focused in this 90 days to really accomplish our goals that are at hand, to really change some things around and to change our lives. So please, ma'am, please, sir, someone, Rod, your door, someone that has that information, put that in the chat row for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions before we close out tonight? I know some of us got off to a late start here, as we're learning this new technology. But are there any questions or anything I didn't cover? Feel free to ask me in the chat roll, and I'd be more than glad to answer any questions tonight. Is anybody excited like I'm excited? Is anybody pumped up like I'm pumped up? Is anybody? Is there anybody excited like I'm excited? Tell me, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm fired up. I'm just, it's just so exciting. I am. All right. I see you out there. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Well, hey, again, thank you for being on fire with us tonight. I love it. Thank you for stopping by. Again, get back to your project manager, the person that's been emailing you. Share with them you're ready. Share with them I'm ready to get started. And let's get you engaged tonight. Again, thank you so much. May God bless you and may God keep you is my prayer. Again, this is Carl Robinson. And let's stop living our lives by default and let's start living our lives by design. Good night, everyone. Make it a great night. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow on the call as well. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Gerardo.